In the previous video, I concluded with the hypothesis that a conscious culture may be halting the increase in the number of COVID-19 cases. This may also have an impact on the vaccination rate in Japan. Vaccination in Japan started in February of this year. Vaccination of medical personnel started, and since then, elderly people over 65 years old and citizens with underlying diseases have been given priority. In Japan, vaccination is not compulsory. Only those who wish to be vaccinated are eligible. Incidentally, the contributor received 2 doses of the vaccine in September this year. In Japan, Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca vaccines are approved by the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. In Japan, the vaccines provided by local governments are made by Pfizer, those provided by companies to their own employees are made by Moderna, and those provided by the government at large venues are made by Moderna. As of December 5th, the complete vaccination rate 2 doses in Japan was about 78%, exceeding 97 million people. According to our World in data, this is the highest vaccination rate among the 7 industrialized countries. The rate in the US is about 59% and in the UK it is about 68%. In Japan, too, there is a skeptical tone about vaccines. However, in light of the impact of COVID-19, which has been ongoing since last year, it is inevitable to consider vaccination as the most rational and safe defense measure. The contributor has had very few adverse reactions to vaccines, so I feel sorry for those who suffer from adverse reactions. Even so, I believe that Japanese people who are actively receiving vaccinations are still rooted in a conscious culture that does not consider it a good idea to cause trouble for others. I think there are 2 reasons why Japan lags behind Europe and the US in terms of vaccinations. The first is that the Japanese bureaucracy, the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, is terribly afraid of drug damage, and there are many officials who prioritize self-preservation and are not capable of rational thinking like in Europe and the United States. However, on the other hand, I believe that another reason is that the number of COVID-19 cases in Japan as of February this year was much lower than in Europe and the United States, so there was no need to forcefully purchase the vaccine that was in short supply. After the vaccine entered mass production in Europe and the United States, the Japanese government took swift action. Former Prime Minister Suga, who had been particularly criticized, worked hard to secure the vaccine and succeeded in securing sufficient quantities, although his tenure as Prime Minister was short, about a year and a half. The contributor appreciates Mr. Suga's achievements. The conclusion of this video is that the low number of COVID-19 cases in Japan may be due to its unique conscious culture.